Welcome to the pre-taped Let's Play show.
So my favorite thing about the Gundam franchise is the interconnectivity of the original UC stories. Because you see, in the original Gundam, it started in the Universal Century, which is a part of the universe of the Gundam franchise, because there's over like 30 different, shows and things. But the main Mobile Suit Gundam, which was made in 1979, was the start of the Universal Centuries timeline. And Universal Centuries timeline has, I don't know, maybe, I'm going to say around 10 different animated features, whether they be shows, movies, OVAs, etc. And a bunch of side story manga stuff, which no one really cares about. But it should be noted that like the UC Century has nothing to do with the other sort of timelines. For example, like a lot of people are familiar with Gundam Wing. That's a future century, which is different. They're not related, aside from the name Gundam, obviously. But they really have no interconnectivity.
Another great example is G Gundam.
G Gundam, yes, of course, has nothing to do with the original Gundam. But anyway, let's talk about some of the shows in the original Gundam. So, of course, Mobile Suit Gundam, which was made in 1979, started the entire franchise.
Shao!
It is, yeah, Shao. It has a lot to... It's very influential, and although looking back on it kind of now, it's a bit dated in its storytelling and animation techniques. It was original in the fact that it was the first like robot show that actually cared about the characters. It actually had progression. Well, I use care in a loose sense. I mean, there was a lot of shade Freudian, I guess, against some of the characters. Scoot Fruity, yeah. But it actually progressed the plot with the characters and stuff. Mm-hmm. The animation, while obviously dated, was pretty good at time for a show of its run length. Its story was actually somewhat in-depth and I wouldn't say deep, but there was a lot of world building is the word I'm looking for going on.
It started the tradition of killing a lot of people.
I don't know about that, but
did it?
The thing that I do like about the original series is that, like, since the series is new, like there were no Gundams before, it did a lot of world building with how the people interact, how all the space and technology and everything works, the state of humanity in that current place. Mm-hmm. So during the 1 Year War, which happens during the original Gundam, there are several other mini-series, side stories, OVAs, etc. that go on. One of my personal favorites is the 8th MS team, which happens to take place on Earth. It's kind of Vietnam-esque, which is interesting. It's a nice little side story, self-contained, has some good animation in it.
It's an OVA series.
Yeah,
so.
they can afford to do that. There's also War in the Pocket, which is a character piece more so than.
Is that the one that's super depressing?
Well, they're all kind of depressing.
You know what I mean.
Yes, yeah, that's the one that happens during Christmas, actually, because you gotta have Christmas as your backstory.
Get a break from the conversation here for a second. You can just cheese it. Anyway, continue.
That's good programming. Anyway, War in the Pocket's character piece, it's less focused on the battles and more focused on what war does to people, which, of course, in the Gundam universe means most people die and are manically depressed. But that's a nice side story. Thunderbolt, which we watched recently, happens during the same part of the 1 Year War. Has amazing music, amazing animation. It's also completely depressing. That one's a bit more focused on the robots and fighting in space than characters per se. But I didn't know that going up.
You were there.
Yes, I was there.
I mean, they don't know that.
Continuing on, other things that happen. There's that Igloo series I never watched that because it's supposed to be bad.
Is that the live action one?
Yeah. No, that's something else. So the 1 Year War happens and all that's cool stuff, and then there's a break between that and the Zeta TV series. So they made an OVA called Stardust Memories between that, which kind of like fills in the gaps between the original TV series and Zeta. It stars some of the worst characters in the Gundam franchise, but it's beautifully drawn. So I guess if that's your thing, you can enjoy that.
I don't think Gundam is necessarily my thing in general.
Oh, well, that's fair. Level 83, I don't know. The characters that are the main characters are terrible, horrible people, but the side characters are kind of interesting. I like them. I don't know, it sets up for Zeta, which is my favorite series. Mainly because, first off, the protagonist has an actual fucking story arc. Like, he is a shit-headed teenager in the beginning and actually learns from his mistakes and grows into a person.
He also has a girl's name.
No, Camille is a man's name.
Speaking of manly man.
We gotta pick him. He must go now.
Now you'd think that this is a mistake.
Zeta also has
really not.
some of the best Gundam designs, in my opinion. I like the Zeta. I like Hamankarn's mech. I like the Big O.
The Big O?
The Big O.
I don't think...
Have you seen the Big O?
Have you seen Big O?
No, not Big O. The Big O.
Oh, I didn't know that was...
No, that's a thing.
Or was there any sort of coincidence that the show was called that then?
I don't know. That's actually something I should probably look up. Anyway, Zeta's really good. And, of course, the end is completely depressing because a whole bunch of people die in it. And then it immediately segues into Double Zeta, which is the worst piece of shit.
Sure.
It, I don't know what the hell is going on in that show. Because Zeta is really at a... I don't know, it's a serious war drama. Like, it tries to present itself seriously.
Anime Janai.
Yeah, and then immediately goes into Double Zeta, which is the most comical Saturday morning cartoon bullshit with Gundams. It's about a fucking kid who's a dumpster rat? I don't know. He runs a junkyard and gets parts and stuff. He finds himself in the Gundam, and he's canonically the most powerful new type in the series. He gets involved in war for whatever reason because his sister got kidnapped by a child molester.
Okay.
Bright, who was the captain in, well, all the Gundams really, but he turns into like a blithering idiot. One of the biggest badasses, one of my favorite characters from Zeta, just becomes a complete idiot. It's a really bad series. It feels like it didn't have any real direction. So, it makes me sad that it went immediately from the favorite series to the worst series. Yeah. You're enjoying this.
No, I'm not. Although I did figure out that Abyssamaru is somehow the best character for this part.
Really?
Yeah. Makes it pretty easy.
So, after Double Zeta, there's a period of time, I think it's like 12 or so years or something. It goes to Gundam Unicorn. Gundam Unicorn was a fun OVA that had some really good music and good animation. People are just not abrasive, but they're like diversive about how the ending of that series plays out. It has its faults, I can give it that, but I think it ends better, especially after Double Zeta. There's a what happened there? I feel that it ended up better than Double Zeta, so. Then there's a bit of a break, and then there's Gundam F91, which
is what?
Gundam F. You watched F91 with us.
Oh, Scooter Mom!
Yeah, Space Bomb Moped Accident.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's also completely nonsensical.
I can't remember what it was about, actually.
It was supposed to be a series that was supposed to be an OVA that got turned into a movie.
Oh, right.
So it's like Garzi playing Bubble Rush.
I still don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter all that much. It had Karl Marx in it. No, it was Lenin.
I still don't know what happened in it.
Yeah, it's fine. That was cool. And then it went on to, after that was Victory Gundam, which had a lot of problems. The main character, I guess, was the most self-aware protagonist in the series about what's going on, but I don't know, man. They had a guy who was obsessed with motorcycles.
I gotta wait for the next cycle, 1 sec.
And he decided to make
It doesn't load the next one until you go.
Wow, that's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Anyway,
so there's a character in Victory Gundam. Yeah, his name is Duker Ig, IQ. How do you even say that?
Ick? What nationality is he?
He's like blonde-haired dude. He looks, I don't know.
So, Gundam name is what you're saying.
Well, don't talk about real names in Gundam. Seabook Arno. Marbet Fingerbat.
What?
South Burning. These are all character names. I'm not making any of this shit up. Yeah, anyway, this guy loves motorcycles, so he makes a battleship submarine motorcycle. Think like a battleship. Like a World War II style battleship. Now imagine wheels on the bottom of it.
Hold on a second. Bad things are happening here. Okay, go.
I'm trying to paint a mental picture for you here.
Bad things are happening here. Yeah.
He makes those.
That's cool.
And then when he died, there's like a 3-minute like soliloquy of him with his girlfriend riding a motorcycle into heaven to go to the cabin in the woods to fuck. It's great.
Is that? Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm trying to think of other funny things that happen in the picture. Okay, so main character in Victor is this 13-year-old kid named what is it, Uso or something. He becomes like pretty much invincible towards the end of the series because he's just like really good. So the main antagonist is this woman that used to be friends with him but isn't at the end of the series, and like she's trying to figure out ways to stop him from invading their base and blowing everything up. So she decides to send this all-female team of mech pilots at him, except they're all naked and carrying bazookas, in order to fuck up this 13-year-old.
That seems like a way to fuck up a 13-year-old, to be honest.
You're having real trouble with that part, which I have to admit is pretty dickish on their part.
You haven't seen the next one yet.
So that's Victory Gundam. That's
What else is that? What else is there in the UC?
The Watch. There's
Yeah.
G Savior, which is a Canadian live-action film.
So Victory Gundam is the last one canonically?
Yes and no.
Uh,
So Victory Gundam takes place in like UC 150 or something. To give you perspective, the original Mobile Suit Gundam took place in UC 79. So it's like,
the name.
well, yeah. So it took place about 75 years after. But after Victory, there's G Savior, which it's like 350 or something, so it's like 200 years in the future of that. But there's also Requiescent G and Turn A, which both take place thousands of years later.
I thought that wasn't part.
No, they're technically still in the same universe.
Okay.
But they have like, it's very, very loose connections because obviously everybody from the original series and shit's dead. It's not like, you know, a direct sequel like all the other stuff was. You gotta move forward with it, yeah.
What I should have is an updated pipe.
The game forgot where you were for a second.
No, it's okay.
But those are my Gundam musings.
Good, now we can talk about this next one.
Oh, okay. Does it contain very large robots or depressed people?
It contains a person you've seen before.
Ooh, that's like a callback. It's like a sequel. It's the Tengu.
No, besides the time. And actually, that's totally fine. I'd rather have full health here.
I just noticed you have 18 continues.
I do.
How'd you pull that one off?
Grinding.
Just a lot of money?
To be honest, I don't really need them, although I did consider having a tox clause where if I wasn't able to beat it in like 10 continues, 10
That's gonna ruin the thing because
that I would just draw.
you should just count how many times you died as dimes.
No, I was
every
saying, if I couldn't beat this last castle in like 10 lives, I was just gonna draw an avatar for everyone.
That works. I mean, I was just saying you could just, you know.
So this is why we need Goemon here.
Oh, for the double jumps. Yeah.
And if you stop on those platforms back there, they actually go all the way down into the water.
Oh,
and
nice.
it's the blood water.
Oh, the blood water of Dr. Z, yeah.
It kills you instantly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is that supposed to be poison water or like lava?
It's blood water. It's bloody. I don't know.
So, I got a question about Tengus. They're a mythological creature in Japan.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of Tengu's previous update.
Yeah, okay.
See, you should
Haven't seen all the Tengus.
You should be seeing.
I have a question for you.
You should have called in last week when we were talking about caring for your Tengus.
Oh, the caring for the Tengus.
Yeah. So anyway, we can switch to anyone here if we wanted to. And I guess technically you're not supposed to make this jump with anyone else other than Goemon or Bisamaru, but you can. I don't know. Who cares? And they give you a one-up here just for the fuck of it. And you can hop in.
I can play now.
Yeah, you can play now.
But you're playing the character I want.
That's fine. Just play whoever.
I don't like Abysamaru, so... Let's go with Bazooka. Bazooka's useful, right?